So for the last 15 years or so, we've been upgrading our properties and investing in really efficient technology on the ground. So we've been looking at our lighting and air conditioning to make sure that it's performing at its optimum. Then what we've done is we've rolled out a national rooftop solar program, and we're also sharing that solar with our retailers. So we've been able to increase the footprint of our solar much bigger than if we were just fully focused on the base building, and we're able to cover off the additional load with retailers as well.
Shopping centres have really big roof spaces which are perfect for the installation of large-scale on-site solar systems. They also operate during the day when the sun's shining, so it means that we don't need to wait for batteries to become, commercially viable broadly for these solar systems to make a significant impact on our energy use right now.
I guess the challenge for us, and I think Melissa and Alicia have touched on it as well, is embedded networks. As a retailer, it's great to hear some of the initiatives that ISPT and QIC have put in place. It's not necessarily the case across the board, and we do have a bit of a gap in our data across those embedded networks. We either don't have access to the data and probably don't necessarily think there's enough incentives there for landlords to really source as cheaply as possible and then pass that on to the retailers and therefore the consumers as well. For us, sustainability energy is a big part of it, but waste and other elements of sustainability that we're often being pushed on by our customers.
To really look at waste, you need to look at the whole ecosystem of consumer to waste treatment, including the municipal recycling systems, the infrastructure that you have on site, and then the behaviour that's really driving the customer or our retailer before the waste actually gets into the bin.
Having retailers that are highly engaged and keen to participate in that waste recycling is really important, and it's something that we're getting more and more traction with as each year goes by, and I guess that's evidenced by our year-on-year increases in recycling rates across the portfolio. I think the interesting thing about retail is that you not only have that direct access to your main customer being the retailer, but you also have direct access to your customer's customer, the consumer, as well as all of those other local groups that have touch points with the centre. So I think that gives you a unique stakeholder base and in many ways a unique advantage to do some great stuff in the ESG space.
Across our national portfolio, we have been working very closely with our local communities, including the First Nations people, and we've been looking at opportunities to celebrate art and culture through our properties. Our Reflect Reconciliation Action Plan now will open up the opportunity to start tracking the effectiveness of our plans, as well as looking at local employment opportunities.
More broadly, the real estate part of our business has recently developed a community investment program, and it's centred around a central community theme. And we've taken this approach because we think that success comes when you can create a significant positive impact through being quite focused and then be able to measure that impact.
There's been a concerted effort as well, particularly over the last few years, around the role in which women play across our network, so particularly in our corporate network and the leadership roles available in our business. So we're really, really proud now that about 50-50, about 50% of our store leaders are women, and it's actually much more than that. It's about 75% of assistant stores, and the shift supervisors is even higher than that. So that push around particularly leadership and availability for leadership roles across the corporate network's been a journey, but it's still ongoing. There's still a lot more work that we all have to do.